Today we're going to work on the eye area. For best results, again I'm going to combine both Western and Eastern techniques. Well, what do I mean by that? By Western techniques, I'm referring to exercises that actually isolate and target specific muscle groups. While it's great to firm and strengthen the muscles, it's also important to keep the energy flowing smoothly and to release any tensions or toxins that might have accumulated over time. This is where the Chinese acupressure method comes in. By stimulating these acupressure points and working on the muscles at the same time, there will be a synergism that gives you truly spectacular results. Before we get started, there are a couple of safety precautions that we need to bear in mind because the eyes are actually very delicate organs and you don't want them to get infected or anything. So it's very important to keep your hands, to make sure that your hands are clean before you perform any exercise around your eye area. And secondly, make sure that your nails does not get into your eye. You have to be careful while doing all these exercises. Okay, so let's get started. This particular, it's not really an exercise, but it's really something that you can do when eyes are tired. Simply rub your palms together until it's fully heated up. You can feel the warmth. And then place your palm gently over your eye area. Okay, this simple movement will help to relax your entire eye area, reduce puffiness, and soothe any tension. In fact, I have people telling me that this movement alone can help to relieve headaches, especially tension headaches. Okay, so you can keep your palm over your eye for a few moments, as long as you wish. And once you feel that you are relaxed, you can go on to the next movement. The second exercise that we're going to do is what I call the eye crunch. Eye crunch targets the muscle surrounding your eye area called the orbicularis oculi. Okay, it's this muscle around this area here. Okay, we're going to work on this muscle because this muscle actually keep your eye area looking youthful. It's very important because the skin is very closely fused to this muscle. So when this muscle starts to droop, you can imagine you're getting eye bags and crow feet and all the crepiness will start to form around the eye area. So that's why we're going to focus on this muscle and work on it to strengthen it so that your eye area will always look very youthful like this, and without any lines, eye bags. Okay, if you work on this area properly, you can be assured that all your concerns with eye bags, dark circles and wrinkles and crow feet will be gradually eliminated. First of all, open your eyes wide and then grasp hold of the skin at the corner of your eye. Okay, hold it tight very firmly. Make sure that it's firmly anchored. Okay, using your thumb and your second finger. Close your eyes really tightly together as though you're trying not to peep at something, and then release it. And then repeat this movement a few times, up to 20 times. Close and release, close and release. You don't have to hold it for too long. Just close really tight, release, close really tight, release. You should feel the muscle around your eye area working. Okay, this simple movement, although it looks very simple, but it will help to strengthen the orbicularis oculi muscle. Okay, and it will also flatten the muscle under the eye area. So if you want to get rid of eye bags or droopy under eye, this is a very important muscles to work on because by working on these muscles, you're going to flatten it to prevent it from shrinking, drooping, or even to prevent it from shortening so that it will always remain flat, smooth, and that will pull your skin flat and smooth as well. Okay, so this muscle, this is very good exercise for overall eye firming and toning. Okay. Next, we're going to work on the upper eyelid area. The upper eyelid is controlled by this muscle here called the levator palpebrae. Okay, this muscle is very important because when this muscle loses the firmness and start to droop, you can imagine that your upper eyelid will begin to droop as well. That's why sometimes as people age, the eyes look smaller and smaller. It's because the muscle of the upper eyelid started to droop and drag the skin downward as a result. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reverse gravity. We're going to do weightlifting for the upper eyelid area. Okay, very simple, but you have to be very careful. Make sure that you do not press into your eyeball or poke your fingers into your eyes. Okay, very carefully and gently grabs the skin on the upper eyelid. Okay, just pull the skin together. That means just pull both sides of your upper eyelid together. Okay, try to open your eyes as widely as you can go. Okay, try to open it and then close it again, as though you are doing weightlifting. So for the upper eyelid lift, in the beginning you may have trouble lifting your eyelids up or doing this movement, but it's okay. Just small movements will do. Do it progressively, and after a few times you find that you will be able to open your eyes really wide. Okay, but in the beginning just do your best, because it's supposed to be a kind of weightlifting exercise for the upper eyelid to strengthen it. And as time goes by, as it gets stronger, you will not droop, and your eyes will look bigger. It will look bigger in a way, and of course, it will look more youthful. So we have done the Western techniques of muscle strengthening and isolation. Right now, we're going to move into the Chinese acupressure point. Okay, why is it so important to do the Chinese acupressure point around the eye area? Because the eye area, as illustrated in another blog entry of mine, it has plenty of acupressure points surrounding the eye area, and by activating these points, you'll be able to keep the energy flowing smoothly, and you improve circulation, and at the same time, you will release any tension or toxin that may have accumulated over time. So that's why it's very important to combine technique, because these two techniques will work together to give you really rejuvenated looking eye area. First of all, we're going to look at this acupressure point called Yu Yao in the middle of the eyebrow area. Yu Yao is very important because it actually helps to relieve tension in the upper eye area. Okay, the next acupressure point that we're going to look at is the Taiyang Xue, which is at the temple area. Remember in a couple of videos back, I spoke about Taiyang Xue. This is a very versatile point. Not only it helps to lift sagging cheek muscles and jawline, it also can slim and tone your face. At the same time, for the eye area, it actually improves blood circulation to your eyes and reduce puffiness. So this is a very good point to press on if you want to relieve tired, swollen eyes. Okay, the next point that we're going to look at is the Zhanzhu Xue, which is inside your brow area. Okay, where Yan is pressing on. This point relieves eye fatigue and reduce puffiness, as well as swelling around the eye region. And if you have headaches or blurred vision, it's also very good for soothing headaches and improving your vision. The next point is the Jingming Xue, which is at the lower corner of your inner eye area. Okay, this is also another important acupressure point for the eye area because it improves circulation and it distresses the eye area. At the same time, if you have sinus problem, okay, you can press on this point to clear any blockages of the nose or sinus. The next point is the Tong Zi Liao. It's at the outer corner of your eye area, and this point improves blood circulation and prevent crow feet, which are like those lines at the outer corner of your eye. The next point that we're going to look at is the Cheng Qi Xue, just located just beneath the eye area, in the middle of your eye area. It helps to reduce eye bags, dark circles, and it improves vision. So all those points are very useful whenever you need to rejuvenate your eye area. Simply press on them as and when required. One of my favorite times to press on this area is when I apply my eye creams, eye serums, because I find that it does help with absorption. I hope that you find all these exercises useful for keeping your eyes area looking lively, happy and charming.